Good morning, class. Today we are going to do our first flipped video assignment. And this flipped video is going to help you get set up to have a great year by getting your notebook started. And as I walk you through the process, you're going to be interacting with some of the materials in the room today. So before you continue on in the video, I would like you to press pause, and I would like you to go to the front of the room to pick up one of each of the papers that are laid out for you, and try to keep them in order as you pick them up. And also, you'll see that there is glue in each of the bins on the tables, as well as one set of packaging tape. Now, I'm going to be using Scotch tape, but that's not the tape that I want you to use, so please use the packaging tape that is on your table. All right, so pause the video if you haven't already and go get those things. All right, well, if you've got all those things, we're ready to get started. On the front of your composition notebook, you can put whatever you want here. So some people decorate it in some sort of way. Some people write science and their name on it. Whatever the case may be is really fine with me. In the inside, you'll see that there were 3 options of the science title page up front in the classroom. So you can pick whichever one best fits your personality. But I picked the one that has the Earth behind it, the C, an I, and E. And they all say My Interactive Notebook, and then they all have a place for your name as well as my name and room 206. So the hope is that if you leave this in the hallway or cafeteria or wherever, that someone will either return it to you or someone will return it to me and I can get it back to you. So before you glue this in, and by the way, we are going to glue all papers down. So before you glue this in, I want to just go over some really important things about gluing. The first thing is, please do not play with the glue. I do have to refill these often, and they can obviously make a mess on the desk or on your hands or clothing. So just try not to play with it. We need it in class to do our notebook. When you glue, you want to just do 4 tiny dots. Some people like to do 5, but definitely 4 is important. But tiny, tiny little dots. I don't know if you can see, but that dot is pretty small of glue right there. And some people like a 5th one right in the middle, which is fine, and that way you can make sure that it's down. But you're going to go ahead and place that in your notebook, and I'll show you mine in just a second, but you can place your science title page in your notebook, and that will be good. All right. So I have mine glued down like I showed you, and it just had those 5 little dots in there. All right, so once you've got that down, I'm going to show you what you're going to be doing next, and I'll walk you through the process. But we are going to make a table of contents, and this will show you, as well as me, where you have placed everything in here so that you can pretty much easily find it when you go back to study for a test, or when you are supposed to open to a certain page to show me an assignment that you worked on. All right, so you want to look at the left-hand side, that red kind of bold line that goes down that creates a column. To the left of that red column, you want to write the word date at the top of that column. Now, in between that red column and the other one on your paper, you want to write the word title. And just past that lighter red line on the right side of your notebook page, you're going to write the word page number. Okay, so those are the 3 things that should be on the top line across your notebook. Again, it should say date, title, and then page number. And as you can probably see, we're going to add 3 things into our notebook today so that we can get started. So since we're adding 3 things, you can write in 3 dates. 8/15 is today, so just write on the first 3 lines, 8/15, 8/15, 8/15. All right. Now, as far as the title goes, let's do those one by one. So the first title that you're going to write is what is called I'm going to show you the page. It's called the Partner and Group Expectations / Roles. So I put Partner and Group Expectations / Roles. And that should be one of the papers that you picked up. So if I flip back to my table of contents, you see that on the first line of mine. And since it only takes up 1 page, you also see that I put a number 1 beside it. All right, if you've got that done, we're going to go on to actually glue it down. Now, this is important, really important, okay? You are going to skip the back side of the page that you just wrote on and the whole next page. So we have an entire blank page in your notebook where nothing is written on. And you're going to go to the next page. So we are looking at the front of the 4th page in your notebook. So if I go back and I count, I just want to make sure you have this right. The title page is the first page. There's nothing on the back of it. The table of contents is on the 2nd page. There's nothing on the back of that page yet. And then there's a blank whole page. So on the 4th page, you're going to glue in your Partner and Group Expectations / Roles page. I also would like you to, in the top right-hand corner, label it with the number 1. Okay. So moving on, we're going to write the 2nd page down. So beside that second 8/15 in your notebook, you're now going to write IHMS Safety Contract. You're going to write the number 2 under page number because, again, that page only takes up 1 page. Now, when you go to glue this in, it's actually going to go on the back of your Partner and Group Expectations and Roles page. So we're gluing it right on the back of where we glued earlier for that page. So go ahead and take a second to do that. And I'm going to do the same. So find that contract page, put 4 tiny dots, maybe 5 if you like that center dot, and then press it down real well. All right. So that's that. Now, one thing we've forgotten, do you know what it is? Yep, good. Page number. So you're going to write 2 on that outer part of that page so that we know that it's page number 2 in your notebook, which matches up with what the table of contents said. All right, right beside that page is going to be your next entry, which we're going to write down on our table of contents first. It is the I CAN. We talked about I CANs and how they're going to be used in science class. Scale for assessments. That's only going to take up 1 page, so we're going to put a number 3 under page number. So again, the I CAN scale for assessments, page 3. I want you to take a couple seconds to glue that down. Okay. And even though this is a size paper, it probably will still take 4 to 5 dots to get that in. You probably noticed it does need to go long ways so that it fits on that page well, but this is going to be something that we use all the time. Okay. All right. So we are going to write a big 3 in the outside top corner of that notebook page, and we are set. That is the inside of our notebook so far. But you'll see there's one other kind of crazy looking thing that you picked up in the classroom. Okay. And that will go on the very back of your notebook. So this is the back side of my notebook, not the front, but the back. And you are going to take that packaging tape and you are going to really nice and neatly tape the top and the bottom part of your of this thing we're going to call it right now on the back. And just to give it a name, this is called a plicker. You may or may not have used these, but it's P-L-I-C-K-E-R. So we're going to be using these to just kind of see how we're doing on learning what we need to learn in science class each day. So you will tape again the top and the bottom part of your plicker on the back side of your science notebook. All right. Well, hopefully you have been successful. If you see your partner needs help during this activity, feel free to help them. If you need help, please raise your hand during any video that we watch in class. That's easy to do. If questions happen at home when you're watching a flip video, feel free to write your question down so that you can ask me when you come back to class the next day. Have a great day.